You're watching News 9 Facebook Live with me, Adarsh Vepachedu. Cricket is nothing short of religion here in India. People pray, wear their lucky accessories, sit in a specific position, and when their side wins, there is no limit to happiness. But this is just one side of the coin. When cricketers do not perform up to the mark and their side loses, their wives and in the latest even their children are targeted. Netizens are simply unable to come to terms with the fact that MS Dhoni's 5-year-old daughter Ziva was given death threats over his performance in the match against Kolkata Knight Riders. Netizens are raising several pointed questions that do not have answers at this point in time. What kind of a country have we become for women? Where exactly are we headed as a country? What is the future of India for women? But more than the outrage, netizens want action and they want it now. So what do our cyber laws say? What is the quantum of punishment for an individual indulging in such a cowardly and disgusting act? And whether we need an overhaul in our cyber laws to deal with such acts? Crime is really a better word than act. To discuss some of these pertinent points, we have with us Shubha Mangala, who is a cyber law and security expert, joining us on the program. Many thanks, ma'am, for speaking to us. The more we turn digital, the greater the risk and instances of individuals misusing social media platforms. How did you feel when you came across this news update, and what action can we expect in this case?
First of all, when I saw the messages and the pictures posted on the Facebook and other social media, as you rightly said, I got a question to myself. I was looking on to see where my country is leading to now. Where are the youngsters? Where are the other people, the netizens? Where are the ethics for this cyberspace is followed? That was the first thing. And second thing, when this is the situation, how come we can bear all these things now? Whether it is as a government or as a common man, why am I supposed to take all these things? Because she is just a baby. And when the kid, or when it is not only the Dhoni's kid we are talking about, even our kids,
Correct.
Are they not secured in our nation today? It's on the virtual world as well as on the real world. We want the security for our kids because they are our citizens for tomorrow.
Yes.
So, with that saying, I see that in the IP Act, we do have 66A where it talks about any kind of these threatening stuff or the victims blackmailing somebody, where they can be penalized for 3 years.
But 3 years is the maximum quantum of punishment that you're talking about? That's it?
Yes. According to IP Act 66A, it says whether they can be penalized or they can be imprisoned up to 3 years.
Okay.
But rightly talking about these things, we want the amendment to be again rewritten and said that how exactly this kind of crimes has to be handled now. Because cyberspace is becoming bigger and bigger and people are completely.
Correct.
99% are depending on the cyber. Crime rate is increasing every day.
Truly.
So we need to have a granular level law.
Oh, yes.
Whether it is hacking, whether it is threatening, or whether it is harassment. Because
In fact,
false harassment and threaten too now.
True. Shubha, I was just coming to that because you were just mentioning about how, the digital consumption across not just India but the world. But let's just stick to India. Digital consumption in our country has gone up by leaps and bounds. So, given the kind of situation that we're in as of now, do you see a need for a massive revamp when it comes to the quantum of punishment and the legal proceedings in such cases? There doesn't seem to be any kind of fear whatsoever in writing all sorts of garbage online, hiding behind the comfort of your mobile screen. So how do we really put some kind of a deterrent so that people do not resort to such dastardly and inhuman acts online?
Exactly, because first of all, the first part I wanted to put a note on saying is, how come my government is not having a monitoring center where these kind of traffics are being monitored and blocked? That's the first thing. Second thing, after somebody posting these kind of stuff where they are threatening people openly, why they are not being chased away? Why they are being kept open? And revamping the laws, especially where we need the granular level of laws for all these, has to be there in place. Else, I'm sure it's one kid today and tomorrow there will be several others, because as the ICT is going on,
Well,
This is completely showing up the negativity for any player.
truly, truly, truly. Shubha, you were just speaking about the need for, implementing stricter laws right at the, grassroots level. But
Right.
is that the only way of curbing such instances? What else can we do to ensure that our online environment is clean?
First of all, this is post of the incident. What I'm talking about, the revamping stuff or getting the granular level of law works on. How about the preventive measures? Why are we not having the monitoring center where the traffic is being monitored and they have been filtered and said that these things can't be publicly and put these kind of posts? That is the first thing. Second thing, when somebody is posting these kind of stuff, they have to be put on a law saying that when they are being caught, this is going to be the strict law where they have been followed. Second thing. And third thing, as I said, with the monitoring, they have to put a law to the ISP people also saying if you are giving the service provide or if you are providing the service to our citizens in India, whether it is through the app service or through the software or through the telecom department, you have to stick to our law saying that they can't do all these things through your service platform, whatever you are providing. Where are we having all these things today?
Right.
And why people are openly given an opportunity to do all these things?
Correct. Because there seems to be, at the end of the day, there is not enough fear, is what I gather. Because you may be sitting very comfortably in your bedroom and then aram se you can just open your mobile phone and write whatever you want. Because people are now, starting to have this feeling that, okay, nobody is going to watch. Even if people are going to watch, they cannot trace me, they cannot locate me, they cannot find me out. That kind of an attitude is becoming increasingly prevalent among people. So that is the very attitude we need to bust. And I think the way to go about it is ensuring that there is stringent punishment and speedy action. Only that way other people will learn a lesson that, all right, online is, you cannot do whatever you want, don't you think?
Exactly, that's what I said. First of all, we have to have the preventive measures, that is before the incident and after the incident. Second thing is we need to have the policies in place saying that if something has to be done in my country, you have to fall in under these policies. If you are not following the policy, you are behind the bar. And the third thing, everybody has to get a note on their head saying that, boss, I can't do whatever I want on online.
Correct.
The fear is then saying that we are not asking you to stop the good things, but we are asking you to stop all the bad things what you are trying to do over there. Correct?
Yes, yes, truly.
Because I know that it might be not only my country guys who are doing it. As internet doesn't have any barrier, it might be some other country guys or girls or whoever so it is might be posting it.
Yes, yes. Shubha, lastly, what would be your message to those who may be experiencing abuse of this sort, or maybe someone who's witnessing it? What do you think they should do as immediate action the moment you come across comments or somebody like that?
Whether it is a victim or the people who are witnessing it, first step is don't sit back and relax. Please go ahead and report it and make sure that the guys who are doing it, they are behind the bars. And second thing is don't encourage these kind of things, because I have seen a lot of the message what I saw about Dhoni's daughter has been forwarded, which is not a good ethics to be followed, right? They are not supposed to do that. So stop doing that. Have some sense saying that I should not go ahead and forward these kind of messages. So stop over there saying that I should not do it and encourage the guys not to do it. Educate and spread the awareness to the youngsters and overall, every citizen has to get to know about the awareness of cybercrime, what is happening today. And do follow under some policy in your own way in your life, saying that I will be sticking on saying that I won't forward any of these kind of messages, I won't encourage it. And at the same time, if I'm witnessing that, let me go ahead and lodge a complaint saying that I noticed these things.
All right. So there's at least a couple of things we can do in case if we come across something like this. Many thanks, Shubha Mangla, for joining us and for sharing with us your insights on the kind of outrage that we're really seeing. When it comes to the punishment, when it comes to the cyber laws, not very stringent at this point in time. But yes, these laws that we're talking about were made long ago when internet usage wasn't really at its peak. But with the lockdown and with the kind of times that we're going through at this point in time, the internet consumption has really crossed all leaps and bounds. With so many people and so much internet usage, it is so important that we keep that internet space really safe. And one only hopes that the right kind of laws are brought into place and we do not have people like those going ahead and threatening tiny tots, 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds online, thinking that nothing really will happen to them. Well, if you've liked the piece of information that we've shared with you this evening, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to News9 on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Many thanks for joining us.